I'm Lizzie and this is Lizzie Reads, and welcome to my September TBR featuring Becca's Bookoplathon and Christie's Rolling Rainbow Reads. So Bookoplathon is a month-long readathon, and Christie's, it's just for a week. I think it's around the 12th to the 15th. I can't remember the calendar month this month. It's for a week. I'll pop it down here and I will link the announcement videos down below. So I'm going to first of all roll 10 rolls for Bookoplathon because I'm feeling really ambitious and really good about reading at the moment, and I'd really like to challenge myself because I've just had sort of a bit of a slack summer when it comes to reading in like what I'm used to for myself, and I just really want to push myself and enjoy the month in a good way. So I'm going to go for 10. I am refilming this because I tried to film this just a minute ago. Everything was going wrong. I'm still reeling from that now, but everything was going wrong. I didn't roll with 2 dice, so therefore I didn't have the forfeit, and like I just kept messing up. And yeah, I've got my chance card and my community shelf cards prepped, but I'll do those after. So once I film this bit, you'll see it all in the right order, but it will be there and it will be done. And then afterwards I'll fit in what my TBR is around Christie's readathon, and then add anything into it extra that I need to see what I can do. But Christie's rolls that she did were very flexible, so fingers crossed I can make it all work. So let's start filming the board. I've got my little bomb from Mario here, and yeah, so let's go try. Editing Lizzie coming here to you from very early in the morning to say that the footage that I had of the board hasn't worked out. I haven't been able to get it on to be able to be edited. The filming setup just went completely wrong basically. So what I'm going to do is I'll just you'll just have to watch me think that you're seeing the board when you're not. But I will put the details of what everything was, all the spaces, etc. on the screen, and hopefully that's okay. I mean, there's nothing you can do about it now, but yeah, sorry about that. Going to dual film is going to be difficult, but let's go. So we've got 5. So first roll 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Spring is our first one. Interesting. The reason this is a little bit of a different setup and still not ideal for what I was wanting to do for this video is because everything and its mother has been getting in the way of me filming this video. I cannot tell you how many times I've tried to continue and pick the books for my rolls. I've had to do some serious planning, some serious juggling, and yeah, that in the bottom corner of the screen is gonna have to go. But let's start with my first roll, which was Spring. And so for Spring, I chose Hothouse Flower by Becca and Krista Ritchie. This is book 2 in the Callaway series, and like book 5 overall in the Callaway sisters, like the whole Addicted world, the Hail, Fizzle, Meadows thing. And the reason I picked this one is because it's got flowers on the cover. It's got like very spring colours. It's a romance, and the Callaway sisters, and it's the Addicted series where it starts with Lily and Lo. Lily's addicted to sex and Lo's addicted to drugs, but this sort of story evolves and moves on to their sisters, and this is about Daisy and her romance with Reich, and I'm really apprehensive about this book, mainly because I think Reich meets Daisy when he's 22 and she's 16, and he's very inappropriate with her. It was one of my biggest annoyances with the original books, and the books since then, the way their relationship is not, I don't like it at all. It just didn't need to be that way. There could have been certain tweaks in the story to make it a more suitable relationship. I don't believe anything happens, but it's like if you've got your eyes on someone and you're waiting for them to turn 18, then I don't know, I'm giving it the benefit of the doubt. And also, Daisy is in the spring of her life because she's just turned 18 or 19 in the time jump that's occurred in this book. So I'm thinking she's in the spring, she's early, Ryxon is winter, but whatever. I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt and I'm going to read it and I'll let you know. But I am very apprehensive and people really, really love Ryk and Daisy, so I'm not sure. I like them equally as characters separately. It's just those things, like, it just didn't have to be there. But we move, we'll see what happens, and I'll give you full thoughts in vlogs and wrap-ups, etc. Fingers crossed. Let's go here. 5 again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Dice roll roulette. I can't remember what this is, so I'm going to have to consult the video again. Next roll I got was dice roll roulette. I rolled 150. Well, I rolled 3, which is 150. Clip here. And that means I have to read a book like around 150 pages. So I've decided to, this readathon, read Rat Queens Volume 1, because it's available on Scribd and I haven't read it yet, so I'm looking forward to getting there. 11 emoji. Then next we have the emoji, and the emoji I got was this emoji, and because this was like a letter, like an email type emoji, I was looking at office romances. I just didn't know what to read for it, struggling. And then I remembered The Hating Game was a office romance, and I was wondering if the other book I owned by Sally Thorne was, and that is 99% mine. It isn't, but it's about a girl who's been in love with her brother's best friend for her entire life, and then her grandma dies and she leaves them the house and the will with the condition that they have to do it up. And I thought wills always come in a letter. There might be like a letter like telling her what to do, so that's where I'm going with this. I'm stretching it. I'm going to read 99% mine. I have no expectations and we'll see how we get on. I can't count. I'm literally not in the best place today. That's 8. What does that say? Features of death. Oh, that should be quite easy. And next we have features of death. So I really thought about this, and I thought the safest option for me is to read the next book in the Realm of the Elderling series that I need to read, and that is Dragon Keeper by Robin Hobb, because there's always people dying. There's got to be at least one death in here somewhere, and if there isn't, there's lots of death in the Elderling, so I'm just going to read it. But that's next, and that will come at some point in my fantasy romance reading project. No, my back to fantasy project, so we'll see how that sort of fits in and plays into everything. 10, so that brings us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Highest rated. I also just realised I rolled a double, so that will mean that I'll be adding an extra roll. So we're on roll number 5, hopefully no more. So now I've got 6 rolls left. And then my next roll was, I got highest rated, and it was a double. I had to roll again. So for highest rated, I tried really hard to look on Scribd, but it's really hard to sort your to be read pile by highest rated, and I just thought I can't be bothered to go into Goodreads and like try and figure it out from there, because I haven't updated Goodreads in like 2 years. So what I did instead is I took the forfeit, decided that I can't complete this, and then I rolled again after the fact, and I rolled twice. So I did the forfeit where I roll and I have to combine the rolls. Editing Lizzie again. Thinking on it now, I'm not sure those are actually the rules. I think I might have made that up, but we're going with it. And I had to combine the rolls. So I have here Beckerec and 500 plus pages, and I thought that would be really super easy because I could use Dragon Keeper, and I thought it would all be pretty good. And now I'm thinking, oh, I just said Dragon Keeper for the other one and I want to keep it separate, but I'm going to go with for Features of Death, I'm going to take a chance and say that Year of the Reaper has a death in it. It's a romance. No, it's not fantasy romance. It's a fantasy YA. It's going to be part of my Back to Fantasy project. I have no idea what it's about. I'm just not sure, and I feel like I could read it quite fast. So hopefully, it's got a death in it. If not, I'll have to find something else. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Small book. So then I got small book, and I did think about this, and I thought I'm just going to read Rat Queens Volume 2, just to keep it simple. I don't have that many small books that are under 300 pages on my TBR at the moment, any that I'm particularly keen on reading anyway. Roll number 6, 7. I've got 5 left. 1, 2, 3. People. Then for 7, we got book with people on the cover, and for that I decided to pick Love on the Brain by Ali Hazelwood. Ali Hazelwood wrote The Love Hypothesis. It's like a romance set at NASA between 2 colleagues, I believe. And I don't know any more about it other than the fact that I loved The Love Hypothesis. So that's going on here because it has people on the cover. And we shall see how we do with reading that, see how good it is, if it lives up to expectations. Again, 1, 2, 3, buildings. Okay. Then for 8, I got buildings. So for buildings, I picked Terms and Conditions because on the cover here you can see there's a greenhouse, which is a building. So this is book 2 in the Dreamland Billionaire series, which is about the 3 sons their grandfather, I can't speak today, everything's getting in the way. Their grandfather founded Dreamland, which is basically Disneyland, and when he passes away, they each have to complete a task to gain their inheritance and steal it away from their father, who isn't a very nice man. And in this one, his challenge is he has to marry within the first year or something and produce an heir. And he's the oldest, and I believe he marries his assistant, I believe. So this could have worked for some of the others, but I thought buildings on the cover, easy, wham bam, thank you, ma'am. Nine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Favourite setting. You're seeing a lot of me in my dressing gown for this video. I made a mistake. Something here has gone wrong. The rolls that I wrote down were not the rolls that are on this video. In the sense that I gave myself an extra roll somewhere. I pulled the prompt favourite trope out of the bag. Now, I don't know where that came from. The footage is gone. I've lost the footage, so I can't actually see, but I'm going with it. It's on my list. Favourite trope, and then this explains, so the next clip will be me talking about my favourite trope, which I thought was roll 3. That's why the numbers don't match up. And then favourite setting, because they kind of go hand in hand, and then features of romance. So those are my final 3 prompts. Just to clarify, something went horrendously wrong. I tried to do too much and it all failed, but I'm not doing it again because it's too late. Then for roll 3, we had favourite trope. And for favourite trope, I have decided to read The Deal by Elle Kennedy, which is book 1 in the Off-Campus series. So a video you can expect from me in the next month or so is, just the next month, is rereading the Off-Campus series as part of my romance read project and rating it, because I want to reread the Off-Campus series because I remember really loving it. It was very early in my romance journey, and I think that it would be really good to sort of read it, analyse it and see like what bits that I really love about it, and I just wanted to reread them for a while. And my favourite sort of trope, sort of, a bit loose on the trope, is a hockey romance, and the whole series is hockey romance. So we're going to start with the Off-Campus series by Elle Kennedy. It's about Garrett and Hannah, and I believe Hannah and Garrett form a like friends with benefits because Hannah has some sexual trauma and she wants to sort of overcome this in a safe environment with someone she feels comfortable with, so she's ready to date someone that she wants to date. We can imagine how that goes. So yes, that is one of my picks. So for the next one, I picked I got favourite setting, and I picked the score because I absolutely adore a American college romance. I just love the setting. I love the vibe. I just love the like learning, the academic stuff, but also the fun, the football games. Excellent, everything that I ever wanted. Is not number 10. Next we had features of romance. So I picked The Mistake, which is the third off-campus novel, and it's like a second chance kind of story, take on the other stories. So yeah, I'll be reading that for the vlog. I could have kept it a secret, but it's not really that exciting. I think once I've watched this and wrote a list out of the roles and what I need, I may come back and do another one, but we'll see how we get on. It looks like it's been filmed alright, so let's get into it. And that concludes all of my roles for Bookopoly. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I got 12 books in the end for that to read. Then I looked at the roles for Read the Rainbow, and I keep calling it something different every time. I'm hoping I got it right at least once. My brain has been not good the last couple of days. But the first role was, it was like an orangey, reddy kind of colours, and it said like seasonal read, and I know you can take it either way and do sort of one path or like both essentially, but I have decided to try and combine the prompts wherever possible, and I decided to pick At the House of Hades by Rick Riordan, which is book 4 in the Heroes of Olympus. It's a chunky one to try and read in a week. When you see the rest of the books that are on this part of the TBR, you're going to laugh at me. But I thought it's like about to go into autumn, so like cozy fantasy, my sort of thing, and just like something really comforting, which Percy Jackson series and Rick Riordan always is. And it's got the orangey, reddy tones on the cover, so hopefully everyone thinks that fits, but I'm reading it either way. And then the second one was sort of no specific prompt, but it was like a blue, like a section of darker blues. The colouring is a little bit off, but I've gone for Love on the Brain for this, so I'm going to match that, so those two are going to go together. And then we had BIPOC Rep, and it was like there were these like various colours, but some of them were like greeny. I think, and I've gone for A Song for Wraiths and Ruin, because this has lots of greens on it, by Roseanne A. Brown, and I will be reading this as part of my Back to Fantasy project anyway. I actually have completely forgotten what this is about, because I bought this a really long time ago. I keep meaning to pick it up, but I just haven't yet. So I think I'm going to just sort of leave that as it is now and then put that down. But yes, that's one. And then the next one was A Cozy Reading Night, which I'll try and squeeze in there sometime. And then number 5, it was like a various different colours, but there's like a pop of pink in there, and I've decided to pick Book Lovers by Emily Henry, which I don't actually own yet, because I really want to read it, and I've just read all of her other books and I just want to see how it matches up, and I think it would be quite nice, probably quite a quick read because it's romance. And then the next one had a few different colours on there, but there was like an orangey colour, and I'm going to read Amari and the Great Game, which I don't own yet, but I will be buying when I go book shopping on Friday. So that fits out there perfectly. It's one of my most anticipated books of the year. So I'm very, very excited to be able to squeeze that in. And then we have, it was like black and white with red, and I decided to pick As Good as Dead by Holly Jackson, which is the last in her Good Girls Guide to Murder series, which I really like, really fast read. I read both of the other two in one day, and I think I can do that again because that will mean I'll be reading 6 books. But I'll probably pick this up when I'm in London book shopping on Friday, because that's where I bought the first two. I bought the first two when in London as well, so that'll be really, really nice to sort of pick that up again there. So yeah, that's the almost entire TBR. So there's a few books on there that haven't been mentioned yet that I need to read. So I'll obviously want to finish The Goal as well as the other Elle Kennedy books, because in my opinion, I just want to get the vlog wrapped up. Like, I want to read them really quickly, I hope. This is also my least favourite, I think, of the series, so it's annoying to end on this one, because it's surprise pregnancy. Not fan, not my vibe, but it's there, it's going. It was, the story was good, just the surprise pregnancy, like, I don't really care. And the only other book that I haven't mentioned is Defy the Night by Bridget Kemmerer. And Bridget Kemmerer wrote A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So this is going to be one of my fantasy picks for my Back to Fantasy vlog. This is subject to change, because this is the only one that doesn't fit a prompt. So if I find I don't get on with this, then I'll swap it. But I'll probably swap the other ones as well, so we'll see. But we'll see how we get on with this. And that is everything. So we're looking at about 6,247 pages, which is over 200 pages a day. And at the moment, I'm not reading a lot. We've got a lot of reading to do, and we'll see how we get on. Really, really don't know how it's going to go, but wish me luck. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll speak to you again soon. Goodbye.